Hey guys, just figured I'd do a little race recap of the race today at Spa since we don't have a broadcast, and it went pretty well. I started on pole, which is awesome. This is me. Lucas started in second place. The San Filipos did not show up, neither did that other fellow who's really fast who hasn't shown up very much at all. The grid was rather small. Ignore the order because that's not accurate, but these are the guys who showed up. Patrick Woodstrup, Don Day, Jason Siemens, Carlos Coteau. Corey Whiting didn't show up either. Stephen Grabowski, Carl Flemister, and Luca Furlick, and myself. Anyway, we got 55 minutes at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, and I figured I'd talk you through it because it was pretty exciting. Anyway, this is the start of the race. Now, as always, I do terribly at race starts. Sorry, spoiler alert. But
2 litres left.
I was more
just
worried
retired
about
from the race.
getting, just keeping it clean and not having a big moment at the beginning, and that's what happened. But now I get to chase Luca down the big hill toward El Rouge and Radial, and this gives me a huge slipstream opportunity down this long straight called the Camel Straight. My gearbox wasn't quite long enough to give me all the speed that I could have had in a slipstream, but it was enough to get this move going. Yeah, me and Luca had a touch there. That was unfortunate. I don't blame him for that. It looks like I was going kind of slow, but hey, cold tires and everything, you know, so my race starts still need a lot of work. But anyway, I drive on in first place. Come through Ix, down toward Pouan. This is a really fast corner and pretty intense. We're not supposed to go out onto the green too much there, but it does happen occasionally. Come through, I don't remember what they call this chicane, and then I believe these two corners are called Stavlo 1 and 2. You gotta carry a lot of speed through there. This Stavlo 2 is flat if you've got the confidence. That Stavlo 2 is extremely scary when the tires start to wear. The car wants to spin, but you have to do a little bit of a confidence lift. And then Blanchimont, which is also flat, but you have to take it very carefully. You don't want to run too wide. And then the bus stop chicane. And I locked up going into the bus stop. My shame is great, and my position is 2. And I got somebody breathing down my neck. So the pressure's on. And in the interest of time, the pressure stays on like this for quite some time. We're going to watch here a little
Come on,
bit.
Cody, don't let him get away.
The Camel Straight here. I'm going to turn off the crew chief. He's being annoying. Sorry. Crew chief, then. Stop. There. He'll stop talking now. Anyway. So I chase him up the Camel Straight. Let's see if I pull any moves here. I don't think I do. Yeah, no. So the race kind of goes on like this for a while. At this point I realized, well, you know, if I don't make any more mistakes, Luca made a mistake there, and I figured this might be an opportunity, but he didn't lose a lot of time. You don't lose a ton of time driving 2 tires through the sand. He did lose a little, though. I figured if I drive clean and drive safe, second place is fantastic, you know. It sucks to go from first to second, but second place is still phenomenal. And so I figured, well, drive safe, drive smart. And so we did that for a while. Here we are. Ooh, look, I'm getting close to him. I can always pull up to him in the straightaways. Here we go. I'm side by side with him now. Came down the Camel. But he's got the line, and I'm not going to lose a lot of time fighting him. And he's my teammate. I just don't want to mug him off like that. I figured I'll be careful, and we'll just do this for a while. If I'm truly faster than him, then I'll beat him. If I'm not, well, then the other thing. Anyway, let's follow him around for a little while longer. This goes on. I mean, this is a pretty long race. 55 minutes, which I think translated into about, well, something like 27 laps. The lap is about, we were doing 149s, 148s, the occasional 147 the whole race. See, I really did get him pretty good on the bus stop, but he pulls back ahead, and what we end up with is a situation where things don't really change too much. He's got a little bit more gap there. Now he's got, going to catch him just a bit. I'm really good on the brakes into the bus stop, but he's really good on the exit. We stayed about the same gap. This was my life for a while, but what I do know is that what I'm doing right now is making sure Luca knows full well that I can go just as fast as he can, and that if he makes any mistakes at all, I'm going to make him pay for it. That's what I did that down the Camel Straight, going side by side with him, was to say, hey, you made a mistake out of turn 1. If you keep doing that, I will beat you. And that's a lot of pressure to be under. So all I'm hoping now, as terrible as it sounds, Luca is my teammate. What I'm hoping for now is a team for Lick 1-2. But wouldn't it be nifty if it was me? Now here we are. Let's see what happened here. It looks like he got a bad exit on Stavlo 2. Did he screw up Stavlo 1? You could hardly say he screwed it up. I just caught up to him, and I'm right here in his slipstream. I'm really close now. And as we barrel down here we're going 187 miles an hour. I've got the slipstream, but you can't really pass here at Blanchimont. It's too narrow. But I'm right on him. I'm going to go to the outside. I shoot it up deep. I kind of lock up just a little bit. Ooh, and I just caught the rear and made sure not to hit him. That was a very sketchy moment, and I lost a lot of time, and he lost a lot of time. It wasn't a great lap for either of us because of that, but we just plow on. I did see his tires slipped there, and it started to give me the thought that maybe we're on lap 9. We pit around lap 13, I would say, or 14, 15. We're more than halfway through the stint. I'm wondering if his tires are starting to fall off a little bit, and I know that the tires play a big part in this race because of practice, that keeping the tires alive was probably the most important thing. See, we're starting to really push Ix there. We're really getting to the outside. Yet again, on the entry to the bus stop, I kill him, but on the exit, he kills me right back. I chase him down the Camel. Our gap doesn't change much. When we're in this twisty section in Sector 2, I'm in dirty air. The air coming off of his wing causes me to lose time, so I have to catch him on the straights. Now, there was some big happy stuff going on here. Now, he lost so much time. Look at this. Okay, so the gap's there. That's probably 8/10. And I don't know what happened here, but I just crushed it around Espouan. And look at this. Coming through the S's here. The gap is nothing now. He slipped a little bit there. I could see the rear wiggle, and now Stavlo 1. I'm right on him. Stavlo 2, I hit him. It was identical, but now I've got the slipstream. Now I'm in that situation again. You can't really pass at Blanchimont. What am I doing? This is unsafe. I'm a lunatic. We touch, and oh boy, he did let me rejoin. He's a good guy. But oh, that was terrifying. I realized maybe I was over pushing. But then I wanted to win. Anyway, we continue. I'm chasing, and, this is becoming a little bit rote. But the thing is, I'm sweating bullets here. I'm having to put down really aggressive laps every single time. I never really did get to slow down. The slipstream's great, but I was losing so much time in this second sector if I didn't push, that I just had to keep putting in good laps. And here we are once again coming down the back stretch. Man, look how I got him on the brakes. I went deep that time. Oh, and there it is. His rear tires finally gave out on him. I don't know what happened, but the fact that I thought about this a lot. I went deep into this corner. I broke too late, and it was good that I did because I needed to be way over here. Normally, you wouldn't want to be over here. And I am back in first place. And that was pretty good. Now, at this point, Luca's about 5 seconds behind me. He got the car turned back around, and he's back on the track. And we start doing laps. Now, my rear tires are hashed. His obviously aren't doing so great either. After the race, he confided that his tires were actually doing okay and that he considers the mistake purely his own. I don't know. If he says so, I saw him wiggling a lot. I think his rear tires were pretty hashed, but we can agree to disagree. Anyway, I ran some pretty slow laps. That was a 49.8. That's about 8/10 slower than it should be. But I'm nervous. The tires are very cooked. and Luca I've got a bit of a gap. So I was driving, shall we say, conservatively. That was a 49.1. That's better. Not much to say at this point of the race. And we do our pit stops. Me and Luca come in at the same time. And that was a 49.7. That wasn't very good. I'm coming up on my pit stop now. There's not too many more laps before it's time to swap tires. And I'm looking forward to that because there it is. And now we come into the pits. Now Luca did a better job in the pits. He's right behind me. Let's see if we can get rear chase working. Luca is there. That's not that far, So the trick is, I think at this point he's about 3 seconds behind. Oh, whoopsie. I hit the wrong button. That's fine. It doesn't change anything really. But, I think I just skipped a lap. But what I wanted to do was show you Luca is... I'm there, so I did pull a gap on him there. Now, he did a faster lap, though. My last lap was a 2:14. That includes my pit stop. His was a 2:12, so he pulled 2 seconds out of me for that. And he's behind me quite a ways, but then he's still recovering from that spin. So, drive some more laps. I think at this point, Lucas started putting down fastest laps of the race, which, makes me nervous. But 49.6, that's not a good lap. For a first real full lap on the tires, it's not horrible. In my mind, they're still heating up. For my setup, they're still warming up a little bit, and that's okay. 48.8, now that's more like it. And this is about the point when Luca was starting to catch up to me a little bit. Look, he's just on the other side of this corner. I'm right there. He's catching me. I know he is, and I realize, he did a 48.7 last lap, so that's a very strong lap. If I want to win this thing, I'm going to have to go, So I worked hard to put down some nice laps. 48.5, that might be my fastest lap of the race. Actually, that's not going to tell me. I don't know if that's my fastest lap of the race, but it's right up there. That's a good lap. This setup can do 47s. I did it in practice. 48.6. It's a great lap. 47.8, I think, was the fastest I did in race trim. When the fuel was low and the tires were good, and I didn't have 45 psi of adrenaline going through my veins, which really does make this harder to do. 49.0, that's pretty good. I'm not mad about a 49.0. 48.7. If the San Felipe's had been here, this would not have been fast enough. They would have been in the low 48s or into the 47s, I'm sure of it. But they weren't here, so sucks to be them. In any case, 48.7 again. I was really driving very consistently, I think. Luca, for his part, was right behind me. 3 seconds behind. 3 seconds isn't a lot. You got to think, I've still got 20 minutes to go. He's got to gain 3 seconds on me in 20 minutes. Like, what is that? That's got to be less than 1% of the difference in time. And he's got to do that. And he's, I think he's a faster guy. 48.8 is a good lap. We got a 48.8 again, driving really consistently. I'm trying not to look at the time. I'm just trying to drive the car. And that was just it. For a long while, me and him just set identical lap times over and over. He'd maybe go a tenth faster. That was a 48.999. So I think that lap he did a 48.8 again. So he took a tenth out of me, and I'd take a tenth back, or we'd match. But I started to realize after about 5 to 10 minutes of this that since we were doing the same lap times, I knew he was trying to catch me, and I know the last stint, he was trying to get away from me, and it burned up his tires, and he spun in the chicane. 151.3. Obviously, there was a big mistake there. I don't remember what happened. I don't know why I went so slow. I missed it. It's probably not important. That's what I'll say. 153.0. Oh, I know what happened. This is the last 2 laps of the race. Luca had a spin. I missed it. Sorry. He spun in the chicane again. And I noticed that because all of a sudden he was 14 seconds behind me. In second place still, which is great. but I just started driving. I just wanted to bring it home. So the last lap of the race was not exactly a barn burner, a 153.0, but I gotta say I was pretty amped. That's a first win for the Formula One, and hopefully not the last. But do some obligatory donuts if I can figure out how to get this car to spin around in a circle. It's admittedly not very good at spinning around in a circle, or at least I'm not very good at it. Anyway, it's been a heck of a season. I had a great time, and fourth in the Drivers' Championship. Luca got third. Team Furlick got second in the Constructors' Championship, which is a fantastic result. So Luca came up. I think he drove through the finish line backwards just for the memes. Couple tandem donuts here. Jason jumped in on the action. I think he got third this race. And yeah, my engine explodes like it does. So there you go. That is the end of the Formula One or Formula I F1 season in the FW31. I really hope this isn't the last time I ever drive this car, but if it is, what a way to finish. All right, thanks for watching, guys.